Hello, I'm Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist. And for those of you who don't know, I'm an atheist. And as an atheist, there are certain things that I'm offended by, like religion being taught in schools and presidential candidates being asked if they believe that there's a God or not, or believe that there's evolution. There's a lot of presidential candidates who don't believe in evolution. Not that it matters, evolution doesn't need them to believe in it, but they're fucking presidential candidates. Really? Anyhow, one of the things that doesn't offend me is the human body. Now, this is a multi-topic video, because I had made the comment that what do I need to get more followers on Twitter? Get naked? And somebody said, sure. And I said, you don't want that. But the other part of this is recently I wrote a little bit about a video I saw about it was a touching story about a couple of young girls, like one was like 7, the other one I think was like 5, and their nipples were digitized, were obscured, because we can't see nipples.
Two miracle girls with a heart-to-heart bond, only they.
But I'm a guy. You can see my nipples. I mean, I got little tiny nipples. I mean, they're micro nipples. But it's okay to see my nipples. My nipples are fine. Nobody's offended by my nipples. But I don't have boobs. Now, boobs we can see. Everyone's cool with seeing boobs. We all love boobs. They can be out there as far as, completely out there. But your nipple, you can't see the nipple. You gotta hide the nipple. You gotta cover up the nipple. You gotta get a little Band-Aid. Now, you got little tiny nipples like mine, you get a little tiny Band-Aid and cover up, you're fine. Your boobs can be, you can have like boobs and nipples like mine, just little, that's fine. If you're a woman. Because, if you're a woman, nipples are, oh my God, I saw a nipple, oh my God, the world's gonna come down. Have you ever noticed that people freak out about nipples? The FCC has a real problem with nipples. Nipples, nice. And some guy did a video of breastfeeding versus very scantily clad. There was a woman sitting on a bench that basically had her boobs out there. Oh, just enough to where you can't see the nipples. And I was like, oh, that's cool, I love that. And then there's another woman who was breastfeeding. Her nipples were covered up by a baby who was eating. A perfectly normal and natural thing for a nipple to be used for. And people were like, oh, that's gross. Why? Can't you do that somewhere else? What are you doing? What's wrong with you? Ew.
That's disgusting, ma'am. I don't appreciate your tit being out like that.
So why is this disgusting?
That's just gross. Her tits are out.
But her boobs are out too.
Well,
that's okay.
Different. That's just how her shirt is. That's fine. It's not gross. It's just
I'm feeding my son.
I mean, I hoped that video was staged because it horrifies me thinking that people would react that way to breastfeeding, which is like the most normal and natural thing in the world, pretty much. And really the only real purpose for a nipple. Speaking of which, why do I have a nipple? If there was a God, a creator God, an all-knowing, perfect being God, why do I have a nipple? Why do all male animals have nipples? What purpose to them? This is a milk delivery device. I don't produce milk. Not that I know of. I mean, I've heard of some men having sympathetic milking, it could happen. I mean, there's, biology going on there. But generally speaking, guys don't produce milk. Yet all male animals have nipples. And dogs have lots of them. What is the purpose? What is the purpose? What is your God saying? That he would give men nipples. And what is society saying when they have no problem with these nipples because they don't produce milk and have a problem with women's nipples that do produce milk. They have no problem with boobs. They love boobs, but nipples. Nipples are a problem and they cannot be seen. Even children, young children, practically babies, we can't see their nipples either because they're offensive. They're disgusting. They are because they produce milk. But boys, they're fine. You can show those nipples all day long because they don't do anything. They're useless. They're pointless. There's no reason to have them. So why God create men with nipples? Really, I mean, come on. I mean, God's got a plan for the male nipple? What's the plan? Because it doesn't make any sense to me. Now, if you're offended by nipples, be offended. My little tiny pink nipples. They're tiny. And I only have 2. I mean, some guys have 3, which really makes no sense. You ever notice that there are people with 3 nipples, but nobody with 3 boobs? Anyways, I'm Tom, your friendly neighborhood atheist, and I'm not really naked. I aim for the waist up, and it's kind of chilly because I'm here in Chicago. But nipples, what is the issue? I mean, people are offended, and God created them on men who don't need them. Makes no sense either way. So, contemplate that for a while. Get back to me and follow me on Twitter because that's why I started all this. See ya.